What do you say, Attica Raceway Park? Bomb and auto group pace truck to the infield. 25 laps, the distance, $3,000 on the line. Make up a main for the ground pounding late models. Here we go, out of turn 4, side by side, wheel to wheel, green out. Jeff Babcock, problems for the 11 of Austin Gibson, and he will make it to the infield area. Not a group pace truck to the infield. Let's try this one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Attica Raceway Park, it's time to jump and jive for 25. Jeff Babcock pitches it in the 1 and 2, hikes the left front in the air, slides up into the lead, but here comes Ryan Markham, and look at Rusty Schlenk, 3 wide for the lead into turn 3. Jeff Babcock, Rusty Schlenk duking it out. Jeff Babcock, Rusty Schlenk, door to door in the 3 and 4. Here comes J.R. Gentry into the 3rd position. Still side by side for the lead down the backstretch in the 3 and 4. Rusty Schlenk, Jeff Babcock, door to door out of 4, new leader, Rusty Schlenk. Here comes J.R. Gentry now to the inside of Jeff Babcock for 2nd. Schlenk looking for his 40th career late model win at Attica Raceway Park. Babcock off the high side at turn 2, opens the door. Gentry now into the 2nd spot with 5 laps in. Lap traffic ahead for your leader, Rusty Schlenk. His lead this time by 1.3 seconds over J.R. Gentry. Jeff Babcock trying to rally in the 3rd spot. Ryan Markham runs 4th. 5th to Kyle Moore. 6th to the 03 of Greg Haskell. 7th, Justin Chance. 8th, Colin Shipley. 9th, Devin Shields and Mike Boris, your top 10. Lap traffic. Oh, there goes your leader off the high side. Gets back up, and here comes J.R. Gentry. Lap cars racing side by side in front of your leader with 9 laps in. The lead down to 7/10 of a second. Chopped half that margin off when Rusty Schlenk got off the high side of the racetrack trying to get around Doug Baird. Good race for the 3rd spot. Jeff Babcock and Ryan Markham. And now Kyle Moore going to get involved in that one. Rusty Schlenk on the outside of the 2 lap cars. Move Ryan Markham back to the 3rd position. Schlenk has cleared the lap cars. He has half a track, a clear track now as the cross flags come in the air. 12 in, 13 to go. Schlenk's lead back to 1.1 seconds. Ryan Markham has caught J.R. Gentry for that 2nd spot. Kyle Moore runs in the 4th position. Babcock back to 5th. From the tail, or excuse me, the 92 now up to the 7th spot. No lap cars separate the top 4. Look out in turn 2. Eric Spangler spins in turn 2 right in front of your leaders to bring out the caution. Truck Works of Ohio restart cone. There we go. 10 laps to go. Here we go. Battle is for second. Ryan Markham to the inside of J.R. Gentry. Side by side in the 3 and 4. Right off the rear decklet of Rusty Schlenk. J.R. Gentry right to the rear end of the 91 car. Throw a blanket on the top 3. Little contact between Rusty Schlenk, J.R. Gentry for the lead in the 3 and 4 side by side. 7 laps to go. Three-car war out front. Rusty Schlenk in the 91. J.R. Gentry in the 14. Flying Ryan Markham in the 5M. They've pulled away from Kyle Moore, who runs 4th. 5 flanges go in the air. 5 to go. We got a barn burner at Attica to open the night's racing. Oh, Rusty Schlenk blows up. A lot of smoke out of the 91. Yellow, yellow, yellow. A lot of smoke out of the 91. He got completely sideways. J.R. Gentry, no place to go. Spins in turn 4. Markham looking for his 24th career Attica win. Sits 3rd on the late model all-time win list. Here we go with 5 to go. Oh, somebody hit the cone. Somebody hit the Truck Works of Ohio. Oh, Mike Boris. What is going on at Attica with 5 laps to go? Single file pass at Ohio Truck Works. The restart cone green back out. Ryan Markham in charge of this one. Kyle Moore in second. Hang on, J.R. Gentry back in the back of the pack. Jeff Babcock in the 3rd spot now. Justin Chance in 4th. 4 laps to go. Here comes Kyle Moore to put pressure on Flying Ryan Markham with 2 laps to go. White flag in the air. One more time around. Here comes Kyle Moore. Ryan Markham down to the inside. Kyle Moore rim rides. Oh, gets over the cushion. In 1 and 2, he'll lose the 2nd spot. Checker flag in the air, $3,000 for Flying Ryan Markham. Jeff Babcock in 2nd. Kyle Moore hangs on for 3rd, 4th. To Greg Haskell. Crawling out of the car, his 24th career win at Attica Raceway Park. In interesting fashion, how about it for Flying Ryan Markham? I bet you don't even know what happened there the last 5 laps.
No, I just know that my car was pretty good, and we were right there on him, and I got under JR on that one restart, and then, you know, he down there on the bottom, and then I don't know if Rusty, I thought maybe lost some fluid or something, and then they said, well, he was going to take the lead back over, and then he ended up pulling off, and I might not have been leading right there at the end, but I was there. You know, sometimes you just got to take what you can get, you know. So, the track was a little bit, little fast. So hopefully she slows down a little bit later on.
Ryan Markham gets it done in our makeup feature here tonight at Attica Raceway Park. Common Auto Group pace truck going to pull to the infield. 8 laps, top 4 to the A, top 2 redraw starting spots. 1 through 10 in tonight's feature event. Tyler Gunn in the number 91, last year's track champion at the Wayne County Speedway. In charge of this one, Craig Mintz in second. Henry Melquitt, your fast qualifier with problems heading to the pit area. Tim Schaefer in the 3rd spot. Cale Thomas, the 4th and final transfer position. Nate Dussel in the 5th spot. Logan McCandless and Creed Kemenall round out the field at the cross flags halfway home. Again, top 4 to the A. Top 2 redraw. Starting spots 1 through 10 in tonight's feature event. Craig Mintz with a big run out of turn number 2. Pulls to the rear bumper of the 91 of Tyler Gunn. Mintz way better in 1 and 2. Gunn better in 3 and 4. Tyler Gunn had Sid and Beth Eichelberry, Jim Sipes, number 91. He also races the family 68G on occasion. Picked up, again, the track championship at Wayne County in this car last year. White flag in the air. Casey Jetterzek with all kinds of problems there. The front nose wing has come off and stuck to the top wing. That's not aerodynamically feasible. Anyway, out front, Darren Nida flies away. Good race for the 2nd spot, though. Yellow for Sean Rahal in turn 2. Sean Rahal, who spun, goes to the tail. That moves Zane DeVault up into the 4th and final transfer spot. Darren Nida out front. Stuart Brubaker now in 2nd, 3rd. Cap Henry 4th, Zane DeVault, Casey Jetterzek into the 5th spot. Sans nose wing. Laps winding down just past halfway. Darren Nida once again pulling away his lead over a second over Stuart Brubaker. Top 3 pulled away. Casey Jetterzek, the teenager, doing a whale of a job out there in that 11M without a front wing. Max Stambaugh, Seth Sabo, side by side, wing to wing, slider in turn 4. Seth Sabo to the point. Behind them, Bryce Lucius. And we got Cody Brewer spinning in turn 4. Yellow, 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 yellow. Truck Works of Ohio restart cone on the speedway. Have to stay single file till they get by that cone. Cannot pass into the car, go below the cone, hit the cone, or the offender will be docked 2 positions at the end of the race, or the first caution, whichever comes first. Seth Sabo out front. His nickname Howdy, and he is saying howdy and goodbye. Good race for second. Max Stambaugh in the 71M, Bryce Lucius in the 32, and your quick qualifier overall in the 4-star Tyler Street. I believe if he maintains a top 4, he will be in a redraw position. Cross flags 4 and 4 to go for Seth Sabo. Trading sliders back here for third. Tyler Street, Bryce Lucius. Oh, Bryce Lucius looked good in his debut at Eldora last weekend before destroying a car, but it had a lot of speed. That place can be intimidating, especially for a youngster teenager who's only in his second year of 410 racing. Now Tyler Street putting the pressure on Max Stambaugh for that runner-up spot as the white flag goes in the air for Seth Sabo. Bryce Lucius, that 4th and final transfer spot. Here comes Paige Polyak and checkered flag for Seth Sabo. Who's going to get second? Tyler Street. Green out, here we go. Caleb Henry charges to the lead in that 101. Chris Andrews in the second, DJ Foose third. Jordan Ryan, TJ Michael battling for the 4th and final transfer spot. DJ Foose to the inside, slides up in front of Chris Andrews, says, runs on the horse track and slingshots to the outside, side by side for second. DJ Foose, Chris Andrews. Foose awfully good on the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2, goes to the cushion in 3 and 4. Mike Keegan the outside of TJ Michael for that 5th spot. Here comes Jordan Ryan to challenge Chris Andrews for the 3rd position. Cross flags 4 and 4 to go. Races now for 3rd. Chris Andrews, Jordan Ryan. Ryan down on the bottom. The Catfish tries to sneak up on Chris Andrews. Jerry Doms calls it quits in this heat, goes to the infield. It's been all Caleb Henry flying out front. His lead almost 2 seconds now over DJ Foose. Slider coming from 3rd, can't get him cleared. Jordan Ryan. Green flag in hand, lights out on the speedway, bombing on a group pace truck to the infield, 8 laps, top 4 to the A. That one's probably coming back. Much better start, heat race number 5. Keith Sheffer slides up into the lead. Look at Ricky Peterson rim right, and how about Luke Griffith in the 12? a rookie to 410 Racing, came out of 305s to 360s last year, and now in the Capit Ice 12. Greg Wilson looking sporty in the W20 to the inside of Ricky Peterson, challenges for third. 3 wide for second in turns 3 and 4. Pitter patter, let him scatter into turn 1. Keith Shepard Jr. out front, but here comes Ricky Peterson. Big flyer in 3 and 4. Slides up to the cushion. Side by side for the lead. Give it to Ricky Peterson. Peterson off the horse track. Keith Shepard back to the lead. Cross flags 4 and 4 to go. Another barn burner here at Attica. Side by side for the lead into 1 and 2. Peterson slides up in front of Shepard. Takes the lead back down the backstretch. Greg Wilson runs third. Luke Griffith the final transfer spot. Oh, hang on. The 90 looks like she just blew up. Rear end on fire. Everything going on in the 90. White flag in the air for Ricky Peterson. Greg Wilson around Keith Shepard for that. Lead off position. Doug Race, he'll get second. Auto Group pace truck the infield, first of 4 heats. The Fremont Fence 305 sprint cars. 8 laps, top 4 to the 8, top 2 redraw, starting spots 1 through 10 in tonight's feature event. Green out. Paul Weaver, most wins of any driver in all divisions here at Attica Raceway Park, and that 1W has had tough luck this year. Some engine problems in the 1W, and he'll go side by side with Dustin Dinan, Double D. Takes the lead, he'll bring along his partner and team owner, Jimmy McGrath Jr. Dustin Dinan, Paul Weaver, Jimmy McGrath Jr. Stephen Watts in that 4th and final transfer spot, but he's got company from Steve Randall. Randall slides up in front of Watts for that final transfer spot. Paul Weaver down to the inside, takes a peek for the lead. Dustin Dinan holds him off that lap by at the cross flags, 4 in, 4 to go. Top 2 have now pulled away from Jimmy McGrath Jr. Weaver again down to the inside of Dustin Dinan. Weaver to the lead. Paul Weaver now in front and in charge, pulling away now from Dustin Dinan, who's in front of his car owner, Jimmy McGrath Jr. White flag in the air. Laps of distance. Heat race number 2. Green out. Rich Farmer and Dustin Stroop banged wheels there coming to the green. Farmer gets the advantage out of turn 2. Dustin Stroop this time takes charge down the backstretch. Farmer back to second. Casey Zebo, Brandon Moore battle for the 3rd spot. Brandon Moore, Casey Siebold, now Lee Summers. And the 4X is Zach Kramer. Dustin Stroop pulls away from Rich Farmer. Brandon Moore, Casey Siebold in that fourth and final transfer spot. She's got company from Lee Summers in the 26 and Zach Kramer in the 4X. Oh, Lee Summers spins in turn one to bring out the caution. Dustin Stroop out front, Rich Farmer in second. Brandon Moore third, Casey Siebold fourth, Zach Kramer in that fifth spot. Everybody goes down to the bottom except for Zach Kramer. He'll ride the middle of the racetrack to the outside of Casey Siebold, take that final transfer spot. There's the cross flags, 4 in, 4 to go. Zach Kramer on the move in the 4X. Zach Kramer, Rich Farmer, and Brandon Moore battling for that second spot. Redraw, Dustin Stroop pulling away out front. Farmer now pulling away from Brandon Moore, who has his hands full with the 4X of Zach Kramer. Casey Siebold, Brendan Torok, Jackson Sabito, and Lee Summers round out the field as the white flag goes in the air. Jamie Miller, Seth Schneider pulling away. Ryan Sabino now in the third spot. The battles for the final transfer position. The 34, Judd Dickerson. The 28 is Sean Valeni. The 9R of Logan Reel. Jamie Miller pulling away now from Seth Schneider. Brian Sabito finishes in the top 4. He will be eligible for the redraw as he had the quickest time overall. Judd Dickerson, that fourth and final transfer position. Sean Valeni, Logan Reel. Nolan Groves, Dylan Watson, Daniel Huffman complete the field. White flag will be in the air. Here comes Sabito taking a peek to the inside of Schneider for the second spot. Those are teammates. Dickerson closes in on Schneider and Sabito. Two left-hand corners. He'll take the heat race win. Your defending track champion, Jamie Miller. Final heat race for the Fremont Fence 305 sprint cars. If you're new here at Attica, these are just like the 410s, except for that engine compartment, just 305 cubic inches as opposed to 410 cubic inches. Here we go, green out. Ben Watson out front of this one. Bradley Bateson trying to hold off John Ivy for that second spot. Tyler Sheets in the fourth and final transfer position. Brett Brunkenhofer trying to close in that 47 machine from the tail. The 3M of Logan Monjou on the move. Ben Watson, your leader, 20 years of age. He's a rookie on dirt this year, raced asphalt for 5 years. John Ivy, the inside of Watson for the lead down the backstretch. Into 3 and 4, John Ivy slides up into the point. Oh, hang on. Oh. Upside down. Single file restart past the Truck Works of Ohio restart cone. Well, we got 5 cars, 4 will go into the A. John Ivy out front, Bradley Bateson in second, Heldon Miller in third, Logan Monjou, and Brian Razum, rookie in that 5th spot. Green back out. John Ivy going to pull away from Bradley Bateson in his second year of 305 racing. Heldon Miller also in his second year. Logan Monjou his third year of 305 racing, and then a rookie runs in the 5th spot. Throw them all together and they don't have as many years racing as John Ivy, your leader out front. Jeff Warnick, J.R. Gentry. Here comes Mike Boris down to the inside into 94. Rusty Schlenk. We're going to go 3 wide for second and 3 and 4 as J.R. Gentry leads lap number 1. Rusty Schlenk slingshots into the second spot. And there goes. 4-3-1, 7850. 4-3-1, 7850. White ticket. 4-3-1, 7850. Did get a lap in, so single file restart. Rusty Schlenk out front, Mike Boris in second. Jeff Warnick in that 3rd spot. Colin Shipley, J.R. Gentry battling for the 5th position. Good race for 3rd. Colin Shipley, Jeff Warnick. Top 2 have pulled away from that. Good race for 3rd as the cross flags go in the air. 4 in, 4 to go. Coming back from the tail, J.R. Gentry into the 3rd spot. Laps winding down heat race number 1 for Rusty Schlenk. White flag in the air out of turn 4 for Rusty Schlenk. Ryan Markham bolts in the lead down the backstretch. Brad Eichenauer into that second spot. Here comes Kyle Moore in the 1 star. Big run off the high side of turn 4. He'll take the second spot down the backstretch. Your leader, Ryan Markham, big puff of smoke as he heads pit side. That'll put Kyle Moore in charge. Green out, here we go. Devin Shields going to bolt into the lead. We got him 3 wide for second out of turn 2. Wow. The 92 of Justin Chance. And Casey Noonan split the J28 of Jason Henderson. Steve Sabo spins in turns 1 and 2 to bring out the caution. Good race for second. Justin Chance at 92. Casey Noonan in the 1N as Devin Shields pulls away out front. Noonan gets around Justin Chance for that second spot. Noonan starting to close in on Devin Shields as the white flag goes in the air. Behind them, good battle for that third spot now. Eric Spangler to the inside. Laps, top 2, move to the A. Here we go. First of 2, B mains. Nate Dussel, Paige Polyak going to bring him down to the green flag. Nate Dussel with the advantage into turns 1 and 2. He has a fast on dirt feature win this season. Former fast champion. Slicing and dicing mid-pack. Casey Jetterzek, Creed Kemanaugh, Brayden Phillips. All Nate Dussel in this one. Paige Polyak, the top two have pulled away. TJ Michael on the outside looking in. He would be the first alternate as the cross flags go in the air. White flag in the air for Nate Dussel, Paige Polyak. TJ Michael, Casey Jetterzek down the backstretch. Checkered flag in the air. Moving on to tonight's A main will be Nate Dussel and Paige Polyak. TJ Michael comes on third place. Casey Jetterzek, Creed Kemanaugh, Larry Kingston, Brayden Phillips, and Brent Runkenhofer. Sean Rahal out front of this one. Great battle for that final transfer spot. Trey Jacobs, Mike Keegan, Logan McCandless. Logan McCandless drives in real deep in turns 3 and 4. Slides up in front of Mike Keegan. He'll take the third spot. Keep an eye on the 70 of Henry Melquit coming from the 8th starting spot. And then he slides off the high side at 2. For the lead, here comes Trey Jacobs to the inside of Sean Rahal, the former track champion. Glued to the bottom of the racetrack as they go wing to wing down the backstretch. Cross flags go in the air, 4 in, 4 to go. Trey Jacobs, Sean Rahal pull away from Logan McCandless. Mike Keegan from the tail, the rookie, Cody Brewer, Jerry Doms, Dylan Keegan, Henry Melquit. As Cameron Nastasi pulls to the infield. Still side by side for the lead. Trey Jacobs inches ahead down the backstretch. Sean Rahal to the cushion in 3 and 4 as the white flag goes in the air. Flag for Trey Jacobs. Sean Rahal second. Logan McCandless close third there. Out, here we go. Stephen Watts grabs the lead out of turn 2. Logan Reel, Randy Rupel side by side for that second spot. Stephen Watts looking impressive out there. Out of Nevada, Ohio, the 36-year-old driver. Pulling away comfortably in second, Logan Reel. Randy Rubel much improved over the last couple of years. His third year 305 racing runs in that final transfer spot. You got Sean Valeni, who's won in 410s, 305s, dirt trucks, modifieds, and stock cars. Over 150 career feature wins on his resume. Running in that 4 spot, but here he comes to mount a challenge on Rubel. White flag in the air. Logan Reel charges to the inside. Wow! Logan Reel by .007 seconds. Green goes out. Casey Zebold jumps into the lead. Here comes Brendan Torok down to the inside. Brian Rassam to the outside. Jackson Sabito wants in on the fun in that white and black 2S. To the final transfer spot, Jackson Sabito down to the inside. Brian Rassam to the outside. As Brendan Torok pressures Casey Zebold for the lead. Zebold, Torok, side by side out of turn 2. Now Jackson Sabito has solidified that third and final transfer spot, but keep an eye on the 26 of Lee Summers on the move. Cross flags go in the air halfway home. Brian Rassam, Dustin Feller, synchronized spinning down in turn 4. Make some noise, Attica Raceway Park. Bowman Auto Group pace truck to the infield. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls at Attica Raceway Park, it's time to get dirty for 30. Greg Wilson bolts into the lead in turns 1 and 2, 3 wide for the second spot. Tyler Gunn, Craig Mintz, Darren Nida. Greg Wilson leads Tyler Gunn, Darren Nida, Craig Mintz, Seth Sable, Jordan Ryan, Bryce Lucius, Caleb Henry, DJ Foose, Tim Schaefer. Look at Zeth Sabo up into the second spot. Zeth Sabo on the move. Greg Wilson's lead over a second that last lap. 4 laps in the books. Greg Wilson, Zeth Sabo, the battle is for third. Darren Nida in the 7N91 of Tyler Gunn, the 09 of Craig Mintz. Move Nida into third, Mintz up to fourth. Here comes DJ Foose into the 5th spot. Greg Wilson going to catch the back of the pack here in another couple of laps. His lead, 1.5 seconds over Zeth Sabo. He increased it to 1.7 seconds. That time by. 8 laps will be scored, this time across the stripe for Greg Wilson. Rim rides out of turn 4, but he has caught the back of the pack. Now is when all that experience from years of racing comes into play, picking his line through the lap traffic, and they are racing side by side in front of him. Zeth Sabo starting to close a little bit now. Darren Nida continues to run third. Craig Mintz fourth. DJ Foose up to the 5th spot. A third of the way home for Greg Wilson. His lead still at 1.7 seconds. Good race shaping up for third. Darren Nida, Craig Mintz, DJ Foose. Heavy lap traffic ahead for Greg Wilson. Cars racing side by side right in front of your leader, 13 laps in. His lead down to 1.2 seconds, chopped half a second off. Zeth Sabo did. He can see your leader. Cars racing right in front of him, side by side. Here comes Zeth Sabo. Catching Greg Wilson and passing Greg Wilson, though, is a different story as Craig Mintz moves into the 3rd spot. Halfway home this time by. The lead down to 1.1 second. Mintz has caught Zeth Sabo as well. Craig Mintz coming to life. Move DJ Foose up to 4th. Tyler Gunn into the 5th spot. Greg Wilson's lead, 1.2 seconds. Zeth Sabo can see him out of turn 2. Wilson switching lanes, trying to get around the traffic. Here comes Craig Mintz to the outside of Zeth Sabo for the runner-up spot. Ten laps to go this time across the stripe for Greg Wilson. Zeth Sabo has that lead whittled down to 0.7 of a second. turn 2. Single file past that Ohio Truck Works of Ohio restart cone. Greg Wilson punches the gas pedal. Here we go. Great restart for Greg Wilson. Right down to the bottom of the racetrack in 1 and 2. Craig Mintz, middle of the racetrack. The outside is Zeth Sable for the second spot. He'll take it down the backstretch. Sets his sights on Greg Wilson. Here comes Craig Mintz. Move Cap Henry into the top 5. DJ Foose underneath Zeth Sable for the third spot. Craig Mintz down to the inside. Wilson up top, 7 laps to go. Good race for third, DJ Foose, Zeth Sable, and Cap Henry. Wilson goes down the block, Craig Mintz. Middle of the racetrack now for Mintz, 6 to go. Side of turn 4 to bring out the caution with 24 laps in. Final tune-up for the World of Outlaws coming to town next Friday night. Green out, good restart, Greg Wilson. He'll go to the bottom. Craig Mintz again to the middle of the racetrack. Zeth Sable tried to flyer, couldn't make it stick in 1 and 2. 5 flanges go in the air. Craig Mintz head of steam on the high side of turn 4. He'll go to the outside of Greg Wilson out of turn 2. Wilson slams the door. Here comes Cap Henry into the 4th spot. Side by side for the lead. Craig Mintz slider in 4. New leader. Craig Mintz, the slide job in turns 3 and 4. Will Greg Wilson return the favor? 3 to go. They almost touch. Craig Mintz, Greg Wilson, 2 laps to go. Max Stanball into the 6th spot. What a run for the driver out of Elida, Ohio. White flag in the air for Craig Mintz. Cap Henry slider in 1 and 2 for the 3rd spot. Out of turn 4, taking the victory, gonna be Craig Mintz.
I wouldn't hit you, I promise.
The car makes some noise for Craig Mintz. I knew you had something for him there on that restart because you could maneuver the car. The car was good in the middle, bottom, top. And Greg was kind of committed to the bottom, and the middle was good for you in the restarts.
Yeah, we were when the tires actually cooled down, we got faster, so we were really good for about 3 laps there. And 3 and 4 was just kind of hold your own on the top, and if you could gain ground on 1 and 2, which this race car could, you know, that helped you get the runs down the backstretch to help with those sliders. So hats off to these guys, Chris, Rich, my dad, my wife, kids. You know, we do this part time, and we like to have some fun.
Well, you're having fun in Victory Lane, right?
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better night for us. You know, I got my kids here. I got our second race car here right now, and that's fun to watch Daniel wheel that thing. And, you know, hats off to everybody that puts this thing together. Attica Raceway Park with a beautiful racetrack. I mean, you can't fault that at all.
Okay, Craig Mintz, 17th career, 410 win here at Attica Raceway Park. Here they come. What do you say? Attica Raceway Park. Bombing out of group pace truck to the infield. We are set to rock and roar off turn 4. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls at Attica Raceway Park, it's time to jump and jive for 25. JR Gentry going to lead lap number 1, and then we've got chaos behind. Six-car battle for the runner-up spot. JR Gentry, yellow, yellow, yellow. JR Gentry looking for his first ever win here at Attica Raceway Park. Oh, look out off the high side of turn 1. Devin Shields and Kyle Moore. Kyle Moore spins to bring out the caution. That Truck Works of Ohio restart cone green out. Rusty Schlenk gonna buzz the top side. Everybody else on the bottom. Look at the head of steam for the 91. Just past 2 cars down the backstretch. But it's JR Gentry out front of this one. Haskell now into second. Look at Rusty Schlenk. Everybody on the bottom. Rusty Schlenk up top. He's just gone from 6th to 3rd, looking for 2nd. Four-car battle for the runner-up position as Devin Shields gets involved now. Meanwhile, JR Gentry's lead is 1.3 seconds. Here comes Rusty Schlenk to the inside of Greg Haskell. For second, here comes Rusty Schlenk, the outside of Greg Haskell. JR Gentry with 5 laps in. Behind them, Devin Shields, Mike Boris side by side for 4th. The run Rusty Schlenk gets on the high side of turn 2 is unbelievable. Greg Haskell rallying now. Going to take a peek to the inside of Rusty Schlenk, who takes a peek to the inside of the 14 junior. Devin Shield into the 4th spot. Casey Noonan up into the top 5. 8 laps in this time by. Lap traffic ahead, and they're side by side for the lead. JR Gentry and Rusty Schlenk. Look at the 1-star Kyle Moore after that early race mishap. He is up into the 6th spot. For the lead again, JR Gentry and Rusty Schlenk. JR Gentry, Rusty Schlenk side by side with 11 laps in. JR Gentry picking his way through lap traffic. Rusty Schlenk staying within a car length. Kyle Moore cracks the top 5 after his early race spin. For the lead, Rusty Schlenk, big run off of turn 2, takes the lead down the backstretch. Schlenk flies to the high side of the racetrack. 10 laps to go. Races now for the 4th spot. Kyle Moore around Devin Shields takes the 4th position. Move Kyle Moore into the 3rd position. From the tail to 3rd, he's not done yet. Slices into the 2nd spot. And he catch Rusty Schlenk. The lead was 2.6 seconds. .4 seconds. He took 2/10 off, but he's going to run out of time. 5 laps to go. He has cleared the traffic now, though. He can see Rusty Schlenk. Rusty Schlenk has lapped half of the field. The lead, 2.1 seconds. 3 laps to go. The lead down to 1.6 seconds. He knocked half a second off the lead. Two laps to go. Here comes Kyle Moore. The lead, 1.1 seconds. The white flag will be in the air. We got lap cars low racing side by side right in front of Kyle Moore. The lead, 0.7 of a second. He can see him out of turn 2. Here we go into 3 and 4. Oh, Kyle Moore off the high side. Well, the first question I have for you is, what the heck happened in that first feature?
Got hot in the first feature, too. The track was just so hammered down tonight, man. We're hooked up. I was foot on the floorboard all night long. Got a cooling problem, apparently, so I ended up blowing a radiator hose. I was trying to baby it there in that first feature. I knew I had Gentry right there on my butt, but I was just trying to run around half throttle and not overheat this thing, and then ended up getting too hot and blew a radiator hose. So that was a $3,000 radiator hose, so that kind of sucks for an $18 part.
Well, you'll have that at times. I don't know if you knew this, but Kyle Moore, he's been exciting this year. And you took the white flag, and he come out of turn 2, and he could see you. And he blew it into 3 and 4 and just got off the cushion a little bit. He took almost a full second off your lead.
Yeah, I figured he was. I was watching the board up there. I seen him click up onto the board. I knew he was probably up there giving it all it had. He's been awesome around here, man. He's been good everywhere we went. We've had a couple hell of a races this year, man. He's been some pretty good competition. So it's been fun racing with him. I figured he'd be there by the end of the race, but we were running hot again, so I was trying not to push it, and I figured when I seen him click into second, I would give it a little bit extra and try to save a little bit for the end, but the thing was running 65 degrees there, so I didn't want to push it too hard.
Second win of the season here at Attica, 40th career win at Attica Raceway Park. That is phenomenal.
Thanks, man. we're slowly climbing the board. I got a long way to go to catch some of these sprint car guys over there that are still racing and winning races. But hopefully we can get to that all-time win list someday.
You're there. Rusty Schlenk gets it done tonight in the late models. Attica Raceway Park, it's time to jump and jive for 25. John Ivy, Dustin Stroop, wing to wing, down the backstretch. Paul Weaver, Dustin Dynam battling for the third spot. Oh, hang on. Good save there by Brendan Torok. Dustin Stroop out front of this one. John Ivy in the second spot. Dustin Stroop, great restart. Move Paul Weaver into the third position. Here comes Ivy taking a peek to the inside of Dustin Stroop out of turn 2. Ryan Sabito on the move to the high side. Dustin Dynam fighting back against Dustin Stroop has led all 6 laps. John Ivy staying within striking distance. Lap cars lie ahead and they are racing side by side. Here comes John Ivy down to the inside of the racetrack again. Paul Weaver lurking in that third spot. Heavy lap traffic ahead. Oh, John Ivy down to the inside, takes the lead. John Ivy, the wily veteran, down on the inside of the racetrack. 11 laps in the books. Cross flags go in the air. Here comes Jamie Miller racing the inside of Paul Weaver for that third spot. John Ivey's lead a little over a second last time by. Dustin Stroop going to still rim ride that high side with 10 laps to go. Now he'll go to the bottom of 1 and 2. Jamie Miller third, Paul Weaver fourth. Good race for fifth. The teammates, Seth Schneider and Brian Sabito. Rich Farmer spinning in turn 2. Yellow, yellow, yellow. 10 laps to go in this one. John Ivey drops the hammer green back out. Jamie Miller challenging Dustin Stroop for second. Jamie Miller into the second spot. Weaver up to third. Dustin Stroop fading a little bit here at the end of the race. Here comes Jamie Miller. Big run to the outside of John Ivey for the lead. Jamie Miller high side of 1 and 2. Slingshot engage to the lead. John Ivey down to the bottom of the racetrack. 5 laps to go. New leader. Weaver into the second spot. Does he have anything for Jamie Miller? 3 laps to go. Jamie Miller almost off the racetrack in turn 2. Paul Weaver closes. 2 laps to go. Here comes Weaver on the bottom. Jackson Sabito spins right in front of your leader. Out front, here we go. Single file past that Truck Works of Ohio restart cone. Brian Sabito going for the third spot out of turn 2, makes it stick. White flag in the air. Pulling away. Here comes Brian Sabito for second. Big flyer on Paul Weaver. His 41st career win here at Attica Raceway Park. What took you so long to get to the front?
I was a little tight.
Just a little?
Yeah, just a little. Left rear was coming off the ground. I don't know what the hell was going on. I was just kind of hanging on there for what seemed like the first half of the race, and car got a little bit better toward the end where I could actually drive it, and I yanked the wing back, ran through the slick, got caught up, and got into second, hit the top, and took off.
It took off all right. 41st career win here in the 305. Still got a ways to catch Paul Weaver, but that's a good way to do it.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Just keep stacking them up.
There you go. Jamie Miller gets it done for the second time this season here at Attica Raceway Park.